Welcome to the first episode of the Biggest Loser Betting Show presented by Multiplicity Media. My name is Greg. I am joined by three of the worst bettors that I know. That would be Carter, that would be Deion, and that would be Larry. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the stupidest betting show on the internet, and we're going to do this every single week of the NFL season. What we're going to do, we're each going to make up to 3 picks. We have a $500 budget to work with. And each week, whoever loses the most money has to do a ridiculous punishment of the winning bettor's choice. That's right. We are in this to make money. If you make money, you can pick a horrible punishment for the loser to do. I'm not going to reveal what any of those punishments are, but we floated some in a group text, and they are wildly inappropriate. So stay tuned to next week to see what one of us losers has to do. All right, format-wise, we're going to go to Carter first tonight because alphabetically, he is first among us. He's got 3 picks tonight. He has 30 seconds on the clock for each pick. We're going to have you go one at a time, and then I'm going to ask one of our other 3 panelists if they liked your pick or not. We'll go through all 3 of Carter's, and then we will go to Deion. We will go to myself, and Larry will bat cleanup. Carter, you are on the clock. Pick number 1, 30 seconds starts now.
Pick number 1, we are going to start in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins -3.5, and it's -110 odds. That's $100 to win 90 against the New England Patriots. I think the New England Patriots are mid, to be honest with you. Don't know their weapons. Mac Jones still doesn't impress me. I like all the weapons that Miami has. I think they make a splash. I like Tua, I like Tyreek. I just think they're too much for the Patriots, so I'm going with the Dolphins.
6 seconds to spare. I just want to point out we're off to a great start because the ticker says Miami, Florida, which is my fault. All you sent in the text to me before the show was Miami. Your other 2 bets were college football. I assumed it would be the Miami Hurricanes. So, Deion, what do you think of this pick, the Miami Dolphins? Are you in or are you out on that pick?
I hate the Dolphins pick. If it was Miami, Florida, I love it. So.
All right.
I don't have my contacts in, so I didn't even notice that.
Back to Carter for pick number 2. 30 more seconds on the clock. What are you going with?
All right, now we're going back to actually college football here. We got Wake Forest -13 against Vandy. Vandy stinks. All right, they struggled with Hawaii, who's the worst team in the country. They struggled with Elon, who I think their mascot's the Comets. The return of Sam Hartman, I think he lights it up in this game. They're going to cover 2 touchdowns. Wake Forest -13. And that's $200 to win 190.
I'm dying that the mascot being the Comets has anything to do with this. Larry, are you in or out on that pick?
I'm in on this pick. Whenever Carter bets on anything college that doesn't have anything to do with the state of Michigan, he's right more often than not.
All right, Cart. Pick number 3, your remaining budget from your $500. 30 seconds on the clock. What do you got?
Fight on, baby. USC -9 at Stanford. Stanford stinks straight up. Caleb Williams is a star. Addison's a star. Lincoln Riley is a star coach. They're going to make a splash. I feel like people are going to talk themselves into Stanford at home. Who cares? No one cares. USC wins this game easily. It'll be a double-digit win.
Carter really efficient with his fast break style bets tonight, leaving 10 seconds of available talk time up for grabs. I don't mind this pick. I think I'm going to stay away, though. You and I did a betting show this morning, and neither one of us said with conviction that we liked USC. So something has changed. What's that you smell?
Anyone smells like pussy to me, G.
All right. Jesus Christ. Deion's up next. Thank you, Carter, very much for that ending to your segment. Deion, you were also asked to submit up to 3 bets. It appears you've only submitted 2. You're still going to get 3 30-second segments, my friend. So, Deion, bet number 1, 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
Broncos -6.5. There is no one bigger on revenge games than myself. I love revenge. If I happen to lose on one of these shows, it will turn into a revenge game for me. 300 to win 270.
Who are they getting revenge against?
Oh, yeah, Russell Wilson's getting revenge on the Seahawks. I was trying to keep it concise.
Understood. Yeah, you had 15 more seconds to work with, by the way. I like revenge picks as well. Larry, are you in or out on that?
I'm in on this. Geno Smith is the quarterback. Need I say more?
You don't need to say more. Deion, bet number 2, 30 seconds on the clock. Go ahead.
The West Virginia disrespect right there was insane, and I took offense to it. But the second pick is Bills -2.5. The Rams for me, Stafford, I don't know if he's hurt or not. Like, it just doesn't, I don't really know. That offensive line is a fraction of what it used to be. So I'm going to go Bills -2.5 here.
Carter, Stafford used to be your boy. Now he's not your boy. Are you in or out on fading Matt Stafford?
He's still my boy, but I'm all for fading like championship ring night, like hangover type things. And I'm pretty sure they're having that. So I think the Bills is a good bet in this game.
All right. And as I mentioned, Deion could have done a third pick, but he didn't. He sprinkled more money on his first two picks because he's so confident. So, Deion, 30 seconds are on the clock. Use these 30 seconds however you'd like.
Nick Kyrgios, go fuck yourself, my boy. Go fuck yourself. You're one of the top 3 worst human beings on the planet. I hope the ride back to New Zealand is bumpy. Lots of. I hope you get.
He's Australian.
I don't care. Go fuck yourself, Australia. Both Australia and New Zealand. Go fuck yourself, my boy. I hope you get delayed. I hope the layover stinks. I hope you tried to take a private jet and they put you in Spirit Coach. Go fuck yourself,
time is
my
up.
boy.
Thank you very much, Deion, for that. Nick Kyrgios, I apologize if any children are listening. All right. I'm going third alphabetically. Of course, it makes sense. I'm timing myself. 30 seconds are on the clock. Bet number 1 for me. I'm going UTSA -2.5 against Army. I was all over Coastal Carolina against Army last week. I think this Army team is just fine. People are giving them a lot of credit because they returned some dudes from a 10-win team last season. But UTSA has talent. They went toe-to-toe with a Houston team in San Antonio into 3 overtimes last week. I think this team's going to score 40 points in this game. I'm all over it for over half of my budget this week. Deion, you with me on UTSA?
Yeah, I don't believe in military schools.
At all? Ever?
Never. Not
Yeah,
again.
I'll serve crack before I serve this country.
Bet number 2 for me. Carter, I think you're going to like this one. I'm going with Hawaii second half money line against the Michigan Wolverines. $25 of my $500 budget can win you $900 on this bet. Here's a simple fact. Jim Harbaugh wants Cade McNamara to lose. Cade McNamara is going to get the ball in this third quarter. He wants him to look as physically horrible as he possibly can. Hawaii won a quarter against Western Kentucky. They were at a 7-0 lead against Vanderbilt in game 1. I don't think Michigan wants the second half, Cart.
Yeah, we'll link some charities to this episode that you can, donate that $25 to instead of placing it on that absolutely terrible bet.
Disagree, my friend, but that's why we have the show. Bet number 3 for me, of course, I wasn't going to get out of this week without giving a 7-leg parlay. Okay, this is $200 for me to win over $700. Let me just go through the bets because this will not miss. It cannot miss. Penn State at home against Ohio, win. Notre Dame at home against Marshall, win. Wisconsin at home against Washington State, win. West Virginia at home against Kansas, shout out Deion, win. NFL time. Titans at home against the Giants, easy win. Ravens at the Jets, easy win. Bengals at home against the Steelers, easy win. Triple your money. That's a guarantee. Larry, you in or you out?
Before I answer that, I just need to say that I do not appreciate that the only game you said definite easy win was the Giants losing, but I'm in on this bet.
Thank you, my friend. And Larry, that's a good segue. You are up last this week. First bet.
All right.
On the
my first bet, I went the same route as Carter on one of them, except when I took USC, they were at -8.5. I don't care if they're -10. USC is going to smoke these fools. I'm all in on Lincoln Riley, Caleb Williams. And even though they played Rice, take away those interceptions, that defense still didn't look that bad either.
Deion, you and I are not USC fans this week. We're not USC fans.
Yeah, I like that bet a lot.
That sucks. All right. Bet number 2 from Larry. 30 seconds. What do you got?
Jacksonville Jaguars, money line as the underdog against the Washington Commanders. Carson Wentz stinks. That defense stinks. This whole NFC division stinks. And I'm a believer in Trevor Lawrence. I think he's going to have a tremendous sophomore year in the NFL. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't know how much better they're going to be, but I think they're going to be a much better team than they were last year. Record-wise, we don't know, but Washington is a good start to the season for Trevor Lawrence to go off and start off on the right foot.
Time is up. Carter, you made a face on T-Law.
Yeah, because I got a stat for this because I knew someone was going to pick this. In the last 16 games across all sports where teams play after a player on their team has been shot and or stabbed in the leg, they are 14-2.
I was about to tell Larry that if Carter Elliott's pulling stats, you're screwed. But I would just ignore that stat if I were you, Larry. All right, your third and final bet. 30 seconds on the clock.
All right, I went the parlay route like UG, except I didn't go crazy with a 7-leg. I got the Panthers money line against the Browns. Deion was talking about revenge games. Baker Mayfield against the Browns. Jacoby Brissett's the quarterback. I don't need to say anything else. Eagles -4 against the lowly Lions. I feel like that's free money right there. And then Saints money line versus the Falcons. I believe the Saints are going to cover the 5.5 point spread, but I just played it safe with the money line, throw it on a parlay, win a couple extra dollars.
I actually really like that parlay. I would make it Eagles money line just because this feels like a Lions blow the game in dramatic fashion and maybe they lose by 3 somehow to me. But all in all, I very much like the bet. I think that's pretty good value. All right, let's go around the horn, boys. We've heard everybody's bets. We're going to go alphabetical order again. Carter, who's the loser of this week?
I'm going to go Greg for the loser this week.
Fuck you. Deion, who's the loser this week?
I'm going to go Larry because I don't remember Carter's picks.
I'm going to go Carter's the loser. 1, because I'm a very spiteful person, and 2, because I still can't get over him just listing Miami with 2 other college football bets and assuming I would know he means the Dolphins. Larry, who's the loser this week?
Look at the line, goofball.
I'm gonna go Deion. I'm gonna go Deion because he picked me. Nah, I'm going Deion because he has the least chance to make more money. Like we have more opportunity to increase our value.
We didn't record last week, but once again, Deion only picking 2 games. So
He really just wanted the Curios monologue, let's be honest. Back
really did.
to watch The Biggest Loser and see which one of us fools has a horrendous punishment. We've talked about someone needing to get a shot from a doctor on camera. So we'll see. Maybe that's week 2 punishment. Maybe it's not. But tune in next week on Multiplicity Media on The Biggest Loser.
I don't have insurance.